I did do the request. They emailed me back. He did not go in for an autopsy. The death certificate was signed by the doctor at the hospital.
Again, everyone always has to think there's more to the story. Well, sometimes there's not. I've seen the autopsy report. I've seen our case pulled together.
Netanyahu just publicly asked for Charlie Kirk's autopsy to never be revealed. Now, I'm not really sure why he would want to do this, guys. Like, probably no reason. He probably just doesn't want people to see, like, something maybe only his family can see, right, guys?
To have seen the autopsy report, to have seen the different evidence portions that have been collected, I trust our team.
Did Erica Kirk have Charlie's body cremated before an autopsy could be performed? Erica was already caught lying about Charlie's autopsy on more than one occasion. She kept saying she personally read the autopsy report, but then a dispatch audio from Charlie's assassination leaked, revealing that no autopsy was performed. And now there's a new bombshell alleging that Erica had Charlie cremated, which was apparently something he was against. And according to one inside source, Erica didn't even consult Charlie's parents before she made this decision. So first, the crime scene was immediately destroyed. No bullet was ever recovered. Then the video evidence showed there is simply no way Charlie was shot with a .30-06 caliber round. And now, on top of all that and many other inconsistencies, we find that Erica lied about her husband's autopsy. So why would she do that if there's nothing to hide? Seriously, why? Well, once you hear what Erica was actually doing the day Charlie was assassinated, you're going to start connecting dots you didn't even realize were there.
Proved even more once he was assassinated.
It's been over 5 months since Charlie Kirk's assassination, and we still don't know what happened to his body, and nobody can tell you where he was actually laid to rest. Now that second part is not unusual on its own. A lot of families choose not to reveal the place of burial after a high-profile death. But here's the problem. When you're dealing with someone like Erica Kirk, who's already been caught in multiple lies about what happened that day, including conflicting stories about Charlie's autopsy, that privacy starts to feel a whole lot different. So back in December, Erica claimed in that CBS town hall interview that she personally read the autopsy report and concluded there was nothing suspicious about it.
Do you believe that Tyler Robinson, your husband?
Yes, I do.
Why do you think it is so hard for so many people to believe that reality?
Because it's too simple. Again, everyone always has to think there's more to the story. Well, sometimes there's not. I've seen the autopsy report. I've seen our case pulled together. I've been in constant contact with our lawyers, the prosecuting team. I've seen it all.
So Erica claims she's seen the autopsy report. Okay, well, that's interesting, considering that a leaked dispatch audio from September 10th stated that the autopsy never happened. In the audio, you can hear a man's voice saying that Charlie did not go in for an autopsy and that the death certificate was simply signed off by the doctor at the hospital.
So I did do the request. They emailed me back. He did not go in for an autopsy. The death certificate was signed by the doctor at the hospital.
Oh, okay. Can you just do a quick documenting that?
I'm sorry, 10-9?
Can you just add a step to the case documenting that there was no autopsy?
In 287, I'll declare the hospital.
But in a high-profile assassination such as this one, an autopsy would not just be logical, but virtually certain. Now, let's say that dispatch audio is wrong, and Charlie did go for an autopsy. Erica claims she saw the final report, so wouldn't it make sense to just release it and shut down all the speculation and conspiracy theories? And yet, here we are almost 6 months later, and this alleged autopsy report still hasn't been released. Not only that, but there is also no detailed ballistics report clearly tying the recovered rifle to the fatal shot. And we'll get to the second part about ballistics in a second. But first, let's talk about this latest bombshell, alleging that Erica had Charlie cremated almost immediately. Now, the way Charlie's body was returned so quickly always felt off. After he was shot, Charlie was taken to Timpanogos Regional Hospital, where doctors were unable to save him.
For reasons unknown. What about Timpanogos Regional Hospital, the hospital where Charlie Kirk was declared dead? Well, there's pretty much no interest in Timpanogos Regional Hospital in the state of Israel because why would there be? Except this spike that happened about a month before Charlie Kirk's death. That is Very odd.
And then, less than 24 hours later, Charlie's casket was flown from Utah to Arizona on Air Force Two, with JD and Usha Vance accompanying Erica.
There's Erica Kirk, the blonde right there, with the sunglasses coming off the plane. Behind her are the Vances right there. The second lady and the vice president behind. That is Air Force, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
I could not see from our image if the flag was on that casket.
But see, this is extremely strange because autopsies usually take a while. Even preliminary autopsies, especially for shootings or political assassinations, generally take a long time to fully document injuries and collect forensic evidence. So the fact that they transported the body so quickly could mean that either the autopsy was very rushed or that it never happened. Also, in most homicide investigations, authorities like the FBI or the medical examiner would want the body to remain on site longer to ensure every forensic step is documented. And high-profile killings often involve multiple agencies coordinating for days to document the scene and conduct autopsies. So why did they move Charlie's body so quickly? Why did JD Vance rush to escort it? And why did the whole thing look like it had been rehearsed in advance? But that's not all. Some insiders are also alleging that Erica ordered for Charlie to be cremated immediately, and now people online are speculating that the hands in that Instagram video Erica posted belonged to a fake body. The color didn't seem right, the position of the hands was unusual, and for some reason there was no wedding band on Charlie's finger.
May not know about how a decedent is positioned in a casket. The head is tilted 15 degrees to the right, meaning that the nose should line up with the right big toe. Traditionally, hands are placed with left over right to show a wedding band. That's your final feel that.
God bless you.
So when you start stacking that on top of all the other inconsistencies, it starts to look less like bureaucracy and more like someone trying to sweep questions under the rug. And then it gets even weirder when you actually look at the ballistics from official sources, because it seems to defy common sense, and multiple experts are saying the FBI's story just doesn't hold up. In fact, Candace recently released new footage of the shooting from a camera positioned behind Charlie, and you can clearly see his neck at the moment of impact. There is no exit wound, no damage at all, which is a huge problem, because if he'd actually been hit from 200 yards away with a .30-06 like the FBI claims, that kind of damage would be unmistakable.
What we have there, that's Charlie's necklace that's hanging. There's no blood on Charlie. There was absolutely no blood on Charlie. Not only did the bullet not go through, it didn't even cause any sort of destruction. And I follow that video until he goes down. There's nothing that we would expect to see from a .30-06. And again,
meanwhile, multiple firearms experts have tested this again and again. And it's clear that a .30-06 fired from that distance would have blown straight through Charlie's neck. So we're supposed to believe that the same force capable of cracking concrete somehow hit a human neck and just stopped? Now, remember when they tried to push that story that Charlie had some kind of Superman neck that magically stopped a bullet? Turning Point's spokesman, Andrew Colvett, claimed that this comment came from the surgeon who tried to save Charlie. But guess what? According to Candace, that Superman story actually came from Erica herself.
Like, he was the one who issued that tweet and quoted the surgeon. I then told you that the surgeon never said that. That was not a quote from the surgeon. What I didn't tell you was that according to my source, which I trust very much, the person that was on that phone that said that quote was actually Erica.
So why was that story even invented in the first place? Who needed everyone distracted by this ridiculous Superman neck explanation? And when you start looking at the other equally ridiculous claims, things get even more uncomfortable for the official narrative. The delayed timing, the unusually low amount of blood, even the bizarre first actions taken by Charlie's security team, none of that lines up with what a real gunshot wound would produce. So when you put all this together, it's clear they're trying to gaslight the public. The official story is not falling apart by accident. They want you to doubt your own eyes and your own common sense, and just swallow whatever narrative they feed you. Erica Kirk has already been caught in multiple lies, from her past dating life to Charlie's autopsy, and now they want you to trust her over the evidence right in front of you. At this point, there's no telling what other lies they've snuck in. And if you don't question it, you're letting them rewrite reality while you sit there nodding along.